Hi, and a very warm welcome to you. I'm located here at the start of the Midlands meander on an absolutely idyllic spring day. We are at the absolutely beautiful luxury wedding and conference venue, Mendola. I cannot tell you what a joy it is to be here. It is the epitome of a spring day at its best, a venue that has many different opportunities and options for you and your special one on a special day. We're going to be spending the day talking to people who support this beautiful, bespoke, elegant wedding venue. Weddings and conferences from small numbers to large. We want to introduce you to the journey that is Mendola. It's in Hilton, number 1 Hilton Avenue, and I must say that from arriving and having a look around, it is absolutely unique. There's nothing quite like it on the Midlands meander, and it's going to be a really beautiful day of introducing you to all the different people who can make your special day really special. I'm here with Jill Patterson-Roberts. She's the in-house wedding coordinator for Mendola. With her years of experience in coordinating weddings, as well as many awards for flower arranging, and a real powerhouse in the area in terms of networking and sourcing the very best vendors who can give you 5-star service without you even worrying about one thing. She's here to help you make your dream a reality. I'd like to say hello to Jill and introduce her to you so you can hear firsthand what this absolutely beautiful venue has to offer. Hello, Jill.
Hello, Melanie.
How are you?
Very well indeed, thank you.
Good. I wonder if you can just tell me a little bit about this special venue. We hear people say all the time, we have a one-of-a-kind venue. We have something that no one else has. And I think what's really important is to convey to people just what is special about Mendola and let us know and let them know why it is unique.
It's unique in so many ways. It is exceptional as far as the decor is concerned. Every attention to detail is put in place, and we have a one-stop wedding shop. It sounds very cliched, but it is. We can do anything under one roof, and we enjoy doing it. The accommodation is phenomenal. We don't only just do weddings, we also do bed and breakfast, we also do events and functions, and we don't have a curfew time, which is quite a big thing. We also have an issue with people that say we can't do weddings under 100. We can do 20, we can do 50, we can do 100, we can do 150. But each one is detailed and it's done perfectly.
I think what's really important in this day and age is people want to have something unique and they want to have something that is bespoke. We use the word bespoke. It means that it's actually tailor-made to you. It comes from the original suit fittings. So when you have a wedding that is uniquely yours, it gives you a whole lot of things. It gives you a memory that's going to last forever, but it has all of those special little things that make it personal to you. Whether it's a vintage theme, whether it's eclectic, whether it's romantic, whether it's formal, whether it's funky or fresh, this venue here is so classic in its design and in its presentation, but yet it lends itself to many different styles of weddings. So I think you have versatility. I also think that one of the things that I was speaking to one of your suppliers about is this marvelous option for transportation, shuttling in guests, and shuttling doesn't sound very interesting until you're in a luxury car or a luxury comfortable bus. The safety, getting people to and from the venue here, and there's a gorgeous gazebo. You also have the option of this beautiful marquee, and I feel that it's a place with many possibilities.
It certainly is.
But because people don't really know too much about it, it's not an overwhelmingly used place. So if you actually want to have a wedding somewhere that is new and beautiful, until the word gets out, people are going to have to really make an effort to come along and see it. Now, are people welcome to come during the week and have a site inspection?
Yes, absolutely. They just need to call, and I'm 5 minutes away, and I'll be more than happy to take anybody around. And I'll do consultations here as well, so that they get everything that they need.
Yes.
right away.
Because I think people still want all of the detail, and they want the elegance, and they want the luxury.
Correct.
But we just have so little time these days with all of the different demands made on both the bride and the bridegroom, and often the bridal party who are travelling, that they need to have the security that they actually know that it being handled by one person, every aspect of it is going to be handled perfectly. Give me an idea of some of the vendors who were here today and what services they supply.
The ANC contract is more important than anything else to have first, before you actually go and get married. You have your marriage certificate, yes, but you need the ANC document done well before. That is important, and it will save you a lot of money if you do it that way. Then you've got the pampers. A lot of girls get very nervous before their wedding, and they come up in all sorts of bumps and lumps, and they can't bear it. And we do have pampers that actually stop that from happening for a couple of weeks beforehand, and it will continue to help their skin too. We've also got, aside from the usual nails and hair and that, we've got an international makeup artist who not only does white weddings, but she does different colour weddings. And sometimes the male also wants to be the same colour as his bride, because there is a little difference. So they call it shadowing, and that is very effective. Then we also have a lot of other different types of hairstyles, which are very carefully looked after, and they are specialists in their field. We have jewellery that matches. We've got every colour coordinated part of the wedding, from the attire, the dresses, even the grandparents. Everything goes in well. The photographer is absolutely marvelous. She pays attention to detail. The videographer also is unbelievable, and he can do productions as well. We have so many other decors, flowers. That's also very important because it's researched. And the research part of it is very important because girls are not having weddings like they used to have. They're very different. Everything is researched. You've got to know what you're doing. And for that very reason, I do research as well.
And I think what you just mentioned there, I think what's important is the amount of knowledge that brides and grooms bring to their own consultation. They might not have the time to do everything, but they do know what they don't want and what they do want, and they do expect the consultant to actually give them the right information. My feeling from the open day here today at Mendola is that all of the vendors are 5-star. It's a very much quality cake couture, Lauren Lee cake couture. The cake is designed according to the bride's wishes, the theme, the feeling, the different fillings of the cake. Eclair, the beautiful Belgian chocolates made, your little gifts, your packaging, all tying in with the colour scheme. I think that there's so many little details. I had the pleasure of meeting your celebrant or your officiate, Krista. She was speaking to me about all of the different types of weddings you can have, cross-cultural. They do gender-based weddings now, and we see couples getting married, same-sex couples getting married, and the attention to detail and the love and all of the different expectations across the board, multicultural, different ethnic groups. They all require information, up-to-date knowledge, and the best quality service. And what type of weddings have you had here at Mendola?
We also know a lot about the culture of the Zulu people, and a lot of the other types of traditional weddings. And we have mamazelas as cakes, which is a beautiful, normal traditional cake, but we have mamazelas for each of the parents of either side. And these have got to be specifically made for them. And a lot of the black ladies are absolutely amazed that we can think of stuff like this. We are pioneering. It's a different type of wedding that we're doing now. It's a mix match of white, black combination, and it's really fun to do. It's really fun to do.
A great learning process.
It is
also seeing how different people celebrate things in so many different ways.
Yes,
and
yes.
I think that is the answer. The wedding one-stop shop, I think, is an understatement for what Mendola offers. I think that what it is, it's a bespoke service
I agree.
for anyone who wishes to have a discerning, personal, luxurious elegant wedding.
Stress-free wedding.
And yes, well, exactly, stress-free. You did mention a bit earlier about the pampers.
Yes.
You know, to see clarity there, that is the, you know, massaging, the pampering, the nails, the hair, all of the things that put you into the right space physically and emotionally for your big day. And I think that's also wonderful that you know, you can accommodate that. So Jill, I'd like to say thank you very much for chatting to us.
Thank you.
We are looking forward to seeing and hearing about Mendola in the news.
Thank you. We will do that.
We also are looking forward to showing people how wonderful the open day was. If you didn't make it, you'll be able to go onto Facebook and onto our website and have a look at all the glorious photographs and video footage and the gorgeous vintage cars and the wedding dresses, the jewellery, the food, the flowers, the music, the perfect coffee, the couture gâteaux. There are just so many lovely things that have been captured at the open day here today. And don't forget that if you want to come along to Mendola, you are welcome to. In Hilton, you can't miss it, and pop along and speak to Jill about whatever your wedding requirements or conference or special events, birthday, engagement, celebrations that you might have. Mendola is a luxurious wedding, conference and event venue. That's not to make you imagine a sprawling mega complex that has conference rooms and halls with no personality. On the contrary, you walk into Mendola and you just have the feeling of beautiful gardens, picturesque gazebo, an absolutely beautiful reception area with a bespoke designed bar area, the most gorgeous flooring, light fittings, Tiffany chairs. Just the attention to detail is absolutely beautiful. And having travelled through the Midlands on many occasions for various functions, I can tell you that there's nothing quite like this. We've been telling you today about all the wonderful vendors and suppliers who are available under one roof to give you the wedding or the function or the celebration of your dreams. But today our open day has been about creating your dream with a couple of people who know what they're talking about and who have outsourced to the very best that one can find in the area. From your bespoke tailoring, to your bridal gowns, to your gorgeous vintage cars, to music, to the correct celebrant or officiate for your ceremony that can be personalized, cross-cultural, cross-genders. There are so many things to think about when you are actually planning a celebration of love. Here at Mendola, we have a very special lady. Her name is Claire Alexander. She is the owner and co-founder. Welcome, Claire. How are you today?
Very well, thank you. A lot of fun.
Has it been lovely having the whole venue made up?
Absolutely. Always looks beautiful when she's dressed. And I think
I agree. She's like a rather elegant lady. She's beautiful, but with the right garb and the right dressing and the right jewels and the right flowers and the right car and the right food. She just is really quite beautiful. The accommodation, I heard a lovely story that your daughter was going to be married here, but there wasn't quite enough accommodation. So there were already existing rooms, and you decided to refurbish those.
we actually married 3 years ago. We renovated all the chalets, which were turquoise inside, terribly ugly. You have no idea what they look like. And we actually used them for the guests. My children live in Cape Town now, and we actually needed the accommodation. The main building here was left for another 2 years, and we decided to put it together.
Lovely. And as you mentioned to me earlier, the accommodation is specifically for the weddings on the weekends, but it's also available for midweek stays, for families, for tourists, for business people traveling in the area, if they just want something that extra special. The 2-bedroom chalets are really not chalets. They're beautiful, beautiful little houses, I suppose, but each of them has privacy, but in this beautiful setting overlooking the Midlands and Hilton, a restful place, a peaceful place, a quiet place. You can hear the birds, take a stroll in the garden. It's quite beautiful. One of the other things that I was chatting to Claire about was the fact that you saw this beautiful space and then you had a friend, an artist friend who imagined what you could do with it. Tell me what she did to actually transform this room.
The room prior to this had been used for, it had been 3 or 4 restaurants. So, you know, when anybody comes in, they always decide they need to change it to suit their own idea. So we had odd walls and odd bar. We had dividing walls. It was actually shocking. So we gutted it, chopped it all out, and then we started to put it back together. And we put the fireplaces in, and then just started to work around, use that as a core so that it has soul. It has a really nice soul. And the decor is vintage, but it's neutral, so you can actually put any color in here. It's actually, we've had black, red, all sorts. We've had pinks, we've had greens. It actually lends itself to anything, and that's what we wanted, something that was really special, but that for every bride it would be her individual wedding. It wouldn't be white walls with white curtains and a bit of colour on the table. It actually takes on their personality.
And I think that you've achieved that very well, because the overall feel is of a discreet elegance, quality, and the fact that when a bride or potential bride and bridegroom come into the venue, because in different cultures and different traditions, the bride and the bridegroom take different roles. In many of the Indian weddings, the venue is as important to the bridegroom as it is to the bride. They both share in the decor ideas. In some Western weddings, if you happen to have a husband or a fiancé who is an artist or an interior decorator, he wants to see the venue. It's no longer just, it's a venue that's going to be decorated. No. The feeling about Mendola when you walk in is elegance, peaceful, calm. You could imagine yourself sitting on a couch or at one of the tables, but then, as you say, this neutral color palette, which is sophisticated, warm, you can imprint your own ideas onto it, but what you're going to be doing is creating more layers of elegance. And as you mentioned, soul is very important. In many, many rooms, you walk into a room and you just feel there's something missing. And that something missing is not the music, the lighting, the curtains. It's just the feeling of the room. And if you, as you say, this was gutted, it means that you've been able to put your own feeling and your own soul into it to give it the energy and the beautiful ambiance that there is. And, you know, a lot of people might say, oh, you know, ladies and their energy and ladies and their feeling in the room. But when you have this beautiful function, whether it's a lunch, whether it's a birthday celebration, an 80th birthday celebration, a 21st, a wedding, whatever it may be, you are going to remember that in that room you felt happy. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about coming into Mendola, is just a warm, a welcome. It's a welcoming place to be in. All of the people who've passed through today, as well as the vendors, as well as the people who've come in to actually say, we want to be part of this, have been smiling, open-hearted, open-faced. I think that it's an absolutely beautiful concept. Can you tell me a little bit about the food that is offered at Mendola for your different weddings?
We have decided that because brides' tastes are individual, and people are individuals, that we will use outside caterers as opposed to an in-house chef, just because it's easier to then adapt ourselves to what they want.
And I think what's very reassuring for the people who come in is that you are recommending those people as people that you trust to do an absolutely fantastic 5-star plus job. The lunch today at the open day, the summer meal, the main course, the dessert, the cheesecake, the service, everything was exemplary. And that is actually what your bride and groom want. They don't want to worry about those things. So that's another advantage of having your wedding organized here, is knowing that the people who you have chosen to supply food and beverage are going to be at a really high level. I think that's most reassuring. And tell me a little bit about the flower arrangements.
We are very lucky to have Jill Patterson-Roberts as our floral artist and our wedding coordinator. She has the most awesome arrangements, she really does.
An award-winning.
An award-winning, I was going to get to that, Josh. Sorry, 2013 yes. As well, nominee for ABIA in 2012. She was their top floral artist. She listens to the brides, interprets what they want, which is very important, because
it's almost as important as going to a good hairdresser.
Oh, more.
You know, to listen to what the bride wants.
Absolutely. You know, you can recover from a bad haircut, but I think if if your wedding day isn't what you want and what you interpreted, then that's a memory that we'll never be able to fix.
Absolutely.
So Jill actually listens to everything. She's extremely organised. She, as you can see from today, she put this all together. Absolutely wonderful.
What are your hopes and dreams for Mendola in the next year?
We would like to make many brides' dreams come true. We'd like to have a wedding every weekend if we could. But you know what, it's actually growing, and we've had such a tremendous response in the last couple of months. It's been wonderful. We are going to be the top wedding venue in the area, and that's what's going to happen.
That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you for bringing your idea and your wish to one of the best parts of the province of Zulu Natal. We love the Midlands meander. All people from Durban absolutely love to have a new place that they can talk about. And I really do believe that people are going to be talking about Mendola as a luxury wedding venue, conference venue, and a special place that you can go to if you want that birthday party or celebration, and people who listen to you and who genuinely want to make your dreams come true with the best possible delivery and the best possible products. People talk a lot about non-service, and people talk a lot about not having their needs met. But I can tell you, just come along to Mendola and meet Jill and meet Claire and meet the people here who want to make your dreams come true, and you are going to be assured of not only a beautiful journey getting to your perfect and memorable day, but the most memorable day or event when you have it.